Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you so much for stopping back by. I seriously appreciate you guys. My channel is all about my personal finance journey through some debt, some investing, savings, and budgeting. So if that interests you, definitely subscribe. With that, today I am getting into a debt confession. Yep, y'all heard me right. I took on a new debt. And I think if you've been here long enough, you know I was kind of looking for a car. But yeah, I bought a car. Got myself a Chevy Cruze. It's a 2015 and it is the diesel version. So very excited for that. So today I'm just going to get into the details of what that loan looks like and what that means for my debt payoff journey and what my kind of plan going forward for the year is. So first things first, I do want to bring up that yes, I do have a Jeep Wrangler. So yes, I do now have 2 vehicles, and yes, I am happy with that and I have no qualms. I know every time I've talked about paying off my Jeep and then saving up for a new car, there's always questions about why in the world do you think you need 2 cars? Does it even make sense if the gas mileage is the thing that you're worried about? Like, does it really make sense if you're not driving that much because I work from home? So let me address that quickly. With my Jeep, I get 10 miles to the gallon and I drive very little. It has, oh gosh, what's it got? Okay, so it's got really big tires on it for one. So it's really not made for driving on the highway or going on vacations. So that's something that's important to me, is having a vehicle that gets great gas mileage, not only for the day-to-day driving, but for trips. Because my best friend, I have two best friends, and one lives 2 hours away from me and one of them lives 6 hours away from me, and neither of those distances are flyable, let alone the economic and ecological impact of flying. So I would rather drive, obviously, and so I do need a car that can get me there in safe and budget-friendly ways. So that was why the gas mileage was really important to me. But in addition to that, it's not just about gas mileage, it's about the fact that my Jeep is not made for that driving, and I bought it for the utility and as an extra vehicle. I never intended for it to be my main vehicle. It has been great to have around for every time I buy a lemon and have to drive it when I don't have a car, but I'm pretty tired of doing that. So I am happy to have bought a car that will last a long time, get great gas mileage, get me to A and B whenever I need to, leaving my Jeep for the more fun stuff like taking the kayaks camping or taking a quad up north so we can go do some fun stuff. So that's kind of what I wanted to get at with that. I've done all the math to see if the gas mileage really makes sense just for the day-to-day, and it really would depend on the car that I bought. But in this case, the car I did buy has such great gas mileage that it does make sense. So like I said, I got a diesel, so it gets like 40 miles to the gallon, like average on highways. And even on our pothole-ridden back roads, I'm getting like 30 miles to the gallon, which is just phenomenal. Of course, diesel fuel is more expensive, but it's here nor there, whatever. So anyway, that is kind of why I got a car, even though I do already have a Jeep and I just paid off a Jeep loan, which sucks. I mean, it does feel bad to take on a new debt, but I got to the point of I've dealt with cheap cars that I paid for in cash for my entire adult life, and I cannot take it anymore. I need a car that is reliable, and unfortunately at this day and age, you got to pay the bucks for that. So I decided to look for cars on lots and just finance something. And I really did look for probably 6 months now. I've been looking and just waiting for an opportunity to buy something that would really be good for me. And fortunately, we ended up going to a lot recently that my boyfriend bought a truck at. And while we were on their website finishing up his loan application and everything, they had posted this car. And so it was just kind of funny because it was like the very same week. And this car was like, if we didn't buy it right then, they had interest. They were going to sell it. So they're rare to find in good condition, the Chevy Cruze diesel, and people around here really love them, especially guys that are on like construction sites and stuff where they're driving a lot. They love having a diesel little car for the gas mileage, but for the torque and all that stuff. So they're hard to come by that haven't been dogged and are relatively low miles. So we knew it was going to go fast, and I decided to jump on it. We went and test drove it, love it. So with that, I will get into what my loan looks like for it. So if you guys have been paying attention, I was looking in the 10K range for a car because I thought, okay, I can get something good, but that is affordable and I'm going to have a good down payment on something that's $10,000. Well, this car was not $10,000. It was $13,900. That was the price. And then in addition to that, it's got 99,000 miles. It has had its checkup and oil change and everything like that for its 100,000 mark. So that's great, but it is still close to that 100K, which means I did get a warranty. I have been burned with used cars, and my Jeep even, I bought the warranty and I had to use it for a significant amount of work. So I bought the warranty and it is $3,500. It was $3,585 for this warranty. It is a warranty with no deductible and it covers like everything. I mean, it is a very good warranty. So I feel good about that, tacking that onto the loan amount. So the loan again was $13,900 plus that $3,585. And then we also wrapped in the sales tax and a finance charge, which was $150. So all said and done. The price was, let's see, 15 plus 3. It was going to be $18,458. So then I did do a down payment, $3,000 in cash. And so that dropped my amount financed to the actual loan that I will be paying off. You'll see in my debt payoff spreadsheet is starting at $15,458. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It really does suck to have this loan again. But then I just think, wow, I have this awesome car that I absolutely love, and it makes me feel better about the loan. So with that, the next thing to note about this in this debt confession is that I actually got a great interest rate. I got 4.2%, which is the lowest that this bank can go. It is a credit union. And they commented and they were like, you know, you have perfect credit, like good job. And that really felt good too, because when I got my Jeep loan, I had an 11.5% interest rate. It was terrible. It really, really sucked to pay that much in interest. So yeah, I feel great about this interest rate. And then in addition, it is a 60-month term, which dropped my payment to about $288.84 for my monthly payment, which is fabulous. And with that, we will get into kind of what my plan for the rest of the year is with the debt payoff. It is, we're rocking. So I think I owe about $9,400 on my student loans, and that's 3 separate loans. And then this one is at that $15,400. So my plan is to tackle this loan pretty darn hard for a while. Fortunately, this 4.2% interest rate is lower than all of the interest rates on my student loans. Even my undergrad loans are higher than this interest rate. Not by a whole lot, but they are higher. I have one graduate loan and it is rocking a 6% interest rate, which I always thought was low when I was looking at my other auto loan. But now that I'm looking at this one, that interest rate is much higher. So I think my thing is I'm going to pay this down as much as I can in this year. And then I may make a change late this year or next year on which loan I'm going to target the most. It really kind of depends what happens with student loans as well. Right now we're going to start paying again in May, I think. And so if that changes, things might change. But for now, I am going hard in the paint for paying off this car loan. So what that looks like in my budget is every single month, I'm going to double pay it. That's my bare minimum. I refuse to not double pay it every month. And that means that I think it's a 5-year loan. So that'll drop it to a 2.5-year payoff. Ideally, I could pay it off in a 1.5 years, but 2.5 is not bad. That's half the time it's supposed to be paid. I'll pay, I don't know, half the interest, whatever that would be. The interest actually, if I don't do that, it's going to end up being about $1,800. But I'm confident I will not pay that much in interest. So with that, that means in the budget, I'm paying $288.84 or $290, another $290 every month. And then in addition to that, for the next couple of months, I'm putting my minimum student loan payment towards the car. So that's $135 towards it. So that's a big chunk. It's over $700 towards this car loan for the next couple of months. And then on top of that, I do plan to put any bonuses or extra paychecks towards the car loan. I had grand dreams of getting a really fancy couch for my office, but it's just not important right now. So I'm going to be putting my bonuses and stuff towards the car loan. So in March is annual bonus season for my company. And I'm hoping I'll get at least $500 post taxes to put towards the loan. So that's a big chunk. And then I do have 2 months during the year where I get an extra paycheck because it's the biweekly payments and 52 weeks and all that stuff. So when that happens, I will put those extra checks fully towards the loan. So in my head, I'm thinking I can pay off between $9,300 and $9,500 just this year from March to December, through December. Hopefully, I mean, it would be really cool to see myself hit that 10K mark, but I don't know if I can push it that hard. But yeah, so if I could take off $9,500 of this loan, I would be way below the 10,000 mark. And then next year I could really consider which loan I want to tackle, with student loans or the car loan or whatever. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And I will keep you guys up to date monthly on my payoff progress. Unfortunately, I don't have any loan payments to give you today, so I guess you can just be excited that I have a whole $3,000 to put down on this car. So that's kind of like a loan payment, I guess. Not really, but it counts a little. I put $3,000 down, so feels good. But yeah, that is what I've got going on. I'm sorry that I don't have my spreadsheet to like reference right now. I'll try to put a picture of it in here and kind of put arrows to the numbers or whatever if I need to, but my computer is completely shut down and will not come back on right now. And, you know, really fingers crossed I do not need a new computer, because I can't handle that right now. That is for sure. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And if you made it to the end, you are awesome. So I hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you. And I'll catch you in the next one.